5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is going to be a short video. This is going to be a short video if I can find my phone holder. Oh, here it is. There, don't fall down. It's a it's tilted kind of. How y'all doing? If you could talk to me, and you could be like my psychotherapist. Okay, let me check my signal, make sure we're on the up and up. This is just going to be a very, very short one. I've only got 2 things to talk to you about. But the chickens, okay, I'll tell you something about the chickens too. Chickens and this Venezuela. Okay, chicken and Venezuela, and that's it. Okay. And Bitcoin. Not Bitcoin in particular, but the stock market and crypto. Assets, investment. Okay, so Bitcoin is sitting at 93.8. Okay, so if you look on YouTube right now, you type in Bitcoin or crypto, you'll see all these people. Oh, it's going to go to the moon. It's FOMO, missing out, right? And so, this one person. Oh, let me check my signal first. It's probably not very good because the main phone is down on the ground. I mean, I know it just turns this thing on, but you know how they try to play it off smooth. Okay, so here I am. Okay, let's see how the signal is looking. Looking good, looking good. I'm surprised, but they'll probably mess it up. I'll just keep this right here so that I don't waste your time too much. And so let me just tell you these couple of things so that you can have some input, some say on what's going on, because these things are some tricky rascals. They are some tricky rascals, and well, without going in too much into depth, I'm just going to tell you just a couple things to think about. Okay, number one is the eggs. I was telling you about the eggs, right? Buy pasture raised eggs. Don't listen to all this bull crap they're talking about. If you buy the cage free, that's pretty good. That's not pretty good. That's very good. Okay? But if you want to be really, really have these chickens be nice, buy the pasture raised eggs. That's the one that lets them outside. Okay? The eggs that are not cage free, this is freaking hell on earth for these chickens. Okay? All this other stuff. Oh, well, this one eats organic. This one eats GMO. We're not talking about that crap. We're talking about what they're doing to the chickens. Right? cross that bridge when we get to it. Right now, get them damn chickens out of that crap. Buy either cage free, or if you really want to be nice to these chickens, buy the pasture raised eggs. And so because I noticed some other crappy stuff they're putting out there on YouTube, right? They're trying to confuse people. This one eats organic and this one doesn't eat organic, and this bunch of crap, dude. And so if you go to Walmart, it's the one that has a black label on it, and I think it's called Vital. And there might be other ones. Hopefully there'll be other ones too, but just get the pasture raised eggs. And I explained to you the whole theory of the low frequency vibrations, that these things that are supposedly supposed to be on a different dimension are deriving energy from all this negative crap. And I told you that those vibrations are going into the eggs. Okay. And if you believe in this things that, how like they say water holds memory, it holds vibrations and stuff. It's all that theory. Study psionic energy. Study Marcel Vogel, the Vogel crystal. Okay. And so I just wanted to share that with you because I saw this one video where they're starting to try to confuse the people. Okay. And so cage free or pasture raised. Pasture raised is the best to the bird. That's the best thing you can help the birds out with, pasture raised. Oh, and if you can find a place where you can place who where you live at, someone who sells eggs, that's awesome, because eggs are actually different colors. They're like blue, green, all kinds of different. I know this because we used to have chickens. We had fresh eggs, and it's very nice to have chickens. But anywho, it's nice to have sheep too, and cows and everything. It's really nice. And so I wasn't going to talk about that. Okay, so the next subject I'm going to talk about is, before I talk about what's going on in Venezuela. Hello, people coming into the chat. Thank you for leaving chats. Thank you for leaving a message. Thank you for double tapping the screen. Okay, so this is going to be very, very short. Okay, so there's only two more things I want to talk about. One, okay, Bitcoin, crypto, gold, silver, Nvidia, um, all kinds of different stuff. Okay, so this one dude, he came on just right now. I just watched him, and he was saying stuff, and I'm like, yeah, right. And then he goes like, well, he says, well, people want to say that it's going to go to zero, right? Or they're saying that it's going to go down to what number did he say? He said something like, I forgot what number he said. But I mean, it's sitting at 90 right now. And he goes, and people are thinking, this, and he says, we're riding on the bottom. We're bottoming out right now, right? And and that's all I'll tell you. I won't clue you in any more than that, right? But so he says, yeah, we're riding on the bottom right now, and people were waiting for it to go down, right? They said it was going to go down to this or that. He says, well, if you're just pulling out some number arbitrarily, why don't you just say it's going to go to zero, right? And some people were saying it's going to go to -0. Well, I did not say that. Okay. And where it's at is right now, where it's at is 90. I said, if it drops down to 70, it's going down to 40. That's what I said. Okay. And so keep that in mind. The last prediction that I made was I guess you could call it wrong, right? So I called like two or three of them right. And I said it's going to go down, touch 89, then it's going to go up to 140 or 150. Then I said I don't know where it's going to go. Well, it went down, it touched 89, then went back up to 126 and went right back down again. And now it's sitting at 90. So I guess you could say I was wrong because it didn't go past 126. And so um that's what I said. So that's my next prediction. Okay. These things are dated. You can see the first time I got into studying this stuff, which if I was up in the Bay Area, I'd be taking the class at Berkeley, right? They're actually teaching this stuff. I walked into the college over here, West Hills College in Coalinga, and I asked them. This was before I knew zero, zilch. I said, "Do you teach this?" Right? Because you should be teaching this. This is freaking huge. And they didn't. But, off doing a little research recently, I found out that there are universities all around the United States. There's about three, four, five of them teaching it. They're teaching it at Berkeley. They're teaching it at Massachusetts Institute of Technology. Is that what MIT stands for? It's in Boston, I guess. MIT. They're teaching it there. But here at Berkeley University, they're teaching it for free on campus or online. Maybe I'll check it out, But anywho, so that's what I have to say about what's going on with it. Because right now it's all freaking crazy right now. Everybody's just tripping out. And so now what's going on with Venezuela? Because they're saying this is what the whole big thing is, right? This is what's going to set it off. This is why it's getting ready right now to pop off, is because of this oil. This is the largest oil reserve in the world, and United States wants to go over there and take it. And well, you can't really say United States. You can say the billionaires want to go over there and take it, right? And so you got to always remember that this could be fake, right? And the reason why you don't know is because they are not showing your ass. If it was real, they would have a live stream camera in there showing you what's going on in the airplane when they brought him. They probably have a freaking 3-piece meal, eating lobster and steak. You don't know what's going on in there. They're probably treating him like a king, cracking up, right? This is all for the camera. I'm just saying it might be, because there's some tricky rascals. This is how they move. This is their modus operandi. Okay? And but if it's not, my perspective on it is, what I think is going on is, it's just like you do a deal with your family, right? You do a deal with your family or with your friends, and you decide on a deal and you have absolutely nothing. You have zero. You maybe want to go buy some pot, right? You want to buy some pot in a 12 pack and get you a bottle, and you can't even buy no booze, right? You have absolutely nothing. And here's your friends or your family, and they have money, and they say, well, let's start, making some kind of business. Let's grow some chicken eggs, right? Let's grow some chickens and we can start making money, and you can start selling these fresh eggs, organic fresh eggs. And so they come down and they got the materials and they start building it for you, right? They build the chicken coops or whatever. And then you're sitting here playing the fiddle, right? And And then, the eggs start selling, and they come in and they want the money because they built all this crap, right? So they want to start taking the money. You say you got, $500 a day coming in, which would really be, a lot of money. And they take $450 of it and leave you with 50. Now you got $50. You can go buy yourself some beer, buy yourself a chelada, get yourself a bottle, go down to the dispensary if you're a marijuano, go down and get yourself some weed and sit back and play the fiddle and get yourself some um, menudo, get yourself a can of menudo from the dollar store, and and so you're kicking back and you're like looking at all that money, right? You're like, I only had that, now I bought all my stuff, but I don't have nothing left over, right? And these mofos, they're sitting here with all this money, $450. And so you go back on your deal. That's what it looks like to me, because these guys went over there and they put up all the structure, right? They went over there, put up all the structure, and started pulling the oil out. And then what happened, right? That's what it looks like to me. So you have these people, here in the United States, and they're saying, this country, this country's a piece of crap, dude. All they do is they go and they steal everybody's stuff. They can't be doing that. And then people from other parts of the world, hey, you guys over there, you can't be stealing other people's stuff. And everybody wants to talk about what's right and wrong. And look what they're doing to us here in the United States. Why isn't anybody talking about this injustice? Why don't you watch America, Freedom to Fascism by Aaron Russo and start paying attention to this freaking injustice that they're doing to us right here at home? And you're worried about what they're doing to other people? You people are off your freaking rocker. Okay? So, that's the only thing I wanted to share with you. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks, Nala Shay and Evange, YK, all these weird names are in here, but hello, thank you for leaving messages. I'll try and bring you guys more information later. Right now, it's just winging it. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you later.